Sally gets even with Adam on Young and the Restless. Not only that, but beware, Diane is about to lose it. There was an entire week's worth of episodes of Young and Restless dedicated nearly entirely to characters talking about Ashlyn's death, so here's hoping it all adds up to anything. An analysis of the past 7 days. Revenge, So since Chance didn't have anything going for him when he closed the Ashlyn case, like getting Nick to confess, he basically gave up. The metaphorical dog finally got his paws on the proof, and as expected, Adam became a dangerous wild card that needed to be dealt with. Stranger still, Adam's goon was able to quickly get into computer genius Kevin's laptop and gain access to the secret police file. At once, Adam understood Victor's role, and his grand scheme was to have Chance lay charges, or if that failed, to have Sally publish it. Why bother? Getting Chance fired and sending Dad to jail? As silly as it would have been, at least it would have made some kind of sense if he had sought to regain control at Newman. Despite all of that, the Adam Vendetta plot's main flaw is that it's a worn premise. However, it was entertaining to see Adam use his manipulation skills to get Nick to back down when he and Victor confronted him at society. The emotional sequences between Adam and Sally, in which he explained why he had rejected her, were well done, but Adam's plan to have Sally expose Victor entirely failed, and Sally is now more sympathetic to the Newmans than ever before. Despite her going to Victoria with the details, it's unclear if Victoria will be willing to join in on a plot against their shared ex. Whether or not Sally has a plan, she will inevitably damage Chelsea, who is currently cuddled with Adam in the park, and thereby further injure that very hurt part of herself. Why not take advantage of the attraction between Sally and Nick, seeing as how Nick has been such an ally to her at work and seems to have a soft spot for her, and have Sally get some subconscious revenge on Adam by sleeping with his brother? There's no drama on this soap that would affect him more, and it's also the most exciting storyline. An irritated Diane had a hard week at work, what with Jack scolding her for not consulting him on everything and Kyle calling her out on her petty visits to the CDO's office. Jack observed the situation and subsequently reprimanded his kid for being overprotective. "I'm capable of taking care of myself," he huffed. "Actually, Jack, you can't do that at all. Can there be a more doomed protagonist who keeps getting her hopes dashed by the wrong men?" But now that the Talia Morgan expose has hit the stands, Young and Restless is gearing up to ramp up Diane's story. This will backfire spectacularly if the journalist hasn't found anything fresh. The fact that Phyllis and Nikki met with Morgan and are responsible for the narrative is public knowledge in Geno City, making them appear like villainous bullies while Diane plays the victim to Kyle, Summer, and Jack. We need more drama in this plot beyond park fights, and it would be great if this move genuinely triggered Diane's dark side, as it should if her reaction is true to character. Phyllis' departure from the hotel earlier this week was a watershed event, as discussed in the accompanying analysis. We caught a brief glimpse of her emotional nakedness, which is unusual. This clarifies the stakes and shows us how far she is willing to go to eliminate the threat posed by Diane. Free-ranging cannon, and here I was thinking Chelsea was above all that when she went and kissed Billy. She's currently acting like a complete loose cannon, and I love it. The writers still don't seem to know what to do with her, and more importantly, which man to have her chase, so who knows what's in store for her. After her embarrassing slip-up, will she keep pursuing Billy, or will he return to her orbit when the COO dig sours, as we all know it will? Will she form a tight protective circle around Adam now that he's free? She may shift her attention to someone else. Since he and Abby are bound to have an argument next week, and since she and him share scenes, baby. Chelsea and Billy have my hopes, but if the kiss was the end of it, I'd be very unhappy. If for no other reason than that more dramatic moments are always avoided by the writers. The two-way street, the ongoing arguing between Devin and Nate, with Lily playing the role of the world's worst mediator, is getting old. In particular, I can't wait to see if we can make a controversy out of whatever Imani manages to convince Nate to do. We desperately need some soap opera in here.